Let's take you back to Cleveland, where Josh Elliott continues our coverage from the Republican National Convention. Looks like you have a pretty good seat there, Josh.
It's not bad, Meg, especially because I'm sitting next to Major Garrett. New poll numbers, though, show a tough fight for Donald Trump in key swing states. There he is. The CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows the presumptive GOP nominee now trailing Hillary Clinton by 4 points here in the state of Ohio. Also, as you can see here, losing by 3 points in another Rust Belt state, Michigan, though the differential is within the margin of error. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again," woven throughout the week's events. Today's theme, "Make America Safe Again." To talk more about today, the aforementioned Major Garrett, Chief White House correspondent, here with me. Major, day one is now upon us, opens in just under 4 hours. What to expect?
Well, the afternoon is going to be about the Donald Trump and Republican National Committee trying to smash to smithereens for once and for all the Never Trump movement, or what remains of it. There was a lengthy battle last week to try to challenge the rules that was thwarted by the Trump and RNC forces working in tandem. And there'll be an effort on the floor today to try to change the rules one last time through a convention floor procedure challenge. The RNC and the Trump officials tell me they will bat that down rapidly. The platform will be approved, the rules will be approved, and this convention then will be a pure Trump affair with a small and therefore silenced minority trying to take the nomination away from Trump. That will not happen. Then the Trump forces say that's when it will be obvious that your only choice is unity. And they will, in a very muscular way, say it's unity or nothing, so you better get on the side of unity. We
heard Donald Trump say that in part he chose Mike Pence as his running mate to bring this party together, to unify the party. Notable, though, this convention will be as much for the absences as it will be for who is here. The last two parties' nominees, the last two Republican presidents, prominent Republicans from the state of Ohio, including Governor John Kasich, many of the rising stars of this party. How unified, then, can those here say this party is?
So I had a long conversation last night with Paul Manafort, the campaign manager, about this topic. And he said, look, the party is being remade. And if you're not part of the future and you don't want to be here, guess what? The party that Donald Trump is remaking in his image, the Republican Party, will be glad to leave you behind. So you have one last chance to get on this train. And if you miss it, it's not coming back to get you. So the Trump orientation to this race is you're either with me or against me. And if you're against me, I'm not going to think about you ever again in the Republican Party. So there is a decoupling, if you will, of the Republican past with the Bush dynasty, with some of the younger Republicans who still believe in the party but are still not sold on Trump. He's willing to move on without them. And if he wins, then that is a moment of maximum transition for the Republican Party. But if he loses, all the people who were not here will then try to fill in what they will probably consider the smoldering ruins of this election campaign and rebuild the party in their image, not Trump's.
He turned the primary campaign into something of a television program. For those familiar with his turn on The Apprentice, he turned debates into somebody got fired, somebody got a new nickname. He often spoke about his TV ratings as if they were poll numbers. But here we are at a convention which essentially becomes a 4-night miniseries. This is the actual TV event. It's put up or shut up time to a degree. What to make then of what we will see over the next 4 days for purely television and optical purposes?
Look, the great question for the Trump campaign is, can this TV show be as good as the other TV show? And I'm pretty certain it won't be. I really think this convention is going to be kind of a flatliner. Not nearly as entertaining and not nearly as fascinating as people might expect. And absent Thursday night's Trump speech, which will have its own curiosity, Melania will speak tonight, Trump will be here for that. There isn't a lot around this convention that conveys something that's dynamic. And you still have this party that's coming to grips with the Trump reality. And then you have everything that Trump wants, but is that necessarily, from a production, from a TV point of view, what the country's going to be that interested in? I think it's a challenge for Trump, one unique to him, because he is his own best celebrity show. And building a 4-day show in which he is only a bit player until the very end may not live up to the expectations he himself has created.
We will see the balloons fall on him on Thursday night.
Right.
Will we see him every night? There has been talk that perhaps we will see and or hear from him all 4 nights.
We will see him Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, not Tuesday.
All right.
Wednesday to be here to watch Mike Pence give his acceptance speech as the running mate. Thursday, of course, and then here to see Melania tonight. And the other aspect of this convention and Trump, which I think is very, very important. This convention was going to be a challenge for all the reasons we just discussed anyway. Within the context of these times, this convention has got to have some memorable reference point to the anxiety, the tension, the fear that both law enforcement feel, ordinary citizens of this country feels, and Trump will speak to it in terms of strength, but he also has to speak to it in some other way that he suggests, look, as a president, I just can't go to the podium every day and say strength and greatness. I've got to be able to tell you something more about me, about how this is affecting me, and how we can get through this together. And if he does that, this convention will be something for the times and for him that will pay off. If he doesn't, it will be a tremendously missed opportunity.
Get your head here on this one. 4 days from now, where do you see the party, and specifically this campaign?
I see the party reconciled to this reality and hoping for a bounce. And if Trump doesn't get one, reconciled to defeat.
Major Garrett, as always, we appreciate it.